to start the day. How did it feel for you?
A little bit, it's warm here. And I feel good. I relax.
You forgot to relax.
No, I relax.
Okay.
I feel like, okay, normal. Like, excited.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good. Good. Just a little thing about the intonation. What flute do you have?
Moramat.
Is the cork in the right position? Did you check the cork position?
This?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay?
Yes.
No, because it's all a little flat.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little, and I don't, usually Muramatsu is built to be a little sharp, so I was kind of surprised playing out, but I think that there's a lot of, you're a very high energy person, I think, even when you're talking to me. But this, so we need to think about how can we create this maestoso character. And I need to find a way that you can be more centered here, to use your air in a more centered way. You're breathing very late, very, very late, like the last eighth note. So I wonder, I'm sure you know the orchestra part, I'm sure you're listening, but somehow it doesn't feel as if you're really connecting it to what you have to do in a minute, in the next entry. So I feel you listening and you know what's happening, and then, oh, now it's my turn. Not one time or two times, but almost every entry. That I feel as if you're not integrating your part into the whole concerto as a whole. Breathing slowly is difficult to do when you're excited. It's why yesterday a few times I wrote, I think in Yagda, I wrote in your music to breathe one bar before. Maybe half bar is enough, but not in 1/8 before. So, because we need this energy in, so that you can give the energy out. I feel as if you're not really using your air to carry, of course this is not a very big space, but I feel as if you're playing kind of for your music stand, and you're a tall guy, you're kind of high energy, so we need to find a way of telling the story in this maestoso character of the music. I think it's to do with the air. I think you're not really blowing, and you're not really breathing early enough, and you're not really blowing through the instrument. You have a lovely sound, so it's not that there's nothing wrong with the air, but I just would like it to feel more open, more open. We talked a few times about how for an audition I would contradict Quants a little bit. That when notes are close together, like the fast, whenever you have like a scale of maybe 1 octave, this kind of music, this kind of music, this kind of music, you can see all over the place. There half a bar of a scale. This I think needs to be more clear. But then when we have dee-da-dum, ba-bum, bum, 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 if you sing it, dee-da-dum, ba-bum, bum, ba-dum, we need to find a way of making the clear repeated notes, but still connecting. So it's one of those things. How much of your dynamic range did you use?
No huge.
Not huge, huh? This might be the only thing in the first round. So can we be very specific and say which are the softest places? That let's talk for the moment just until the exposition. What are the softest places? Where are you going to show your softest dynamic?
Here, solo.
Okay. So second subject.
Here, because it's the G minor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
also feel like more cantabile.
Oh, I think, yeah, your softest dynamic. Oh, I love you if you. I think this is a moment.
Yes.
If you tell someone you love them, then it should be with your whole heart, you know? Not. I think this is not a soft place for me, anyway. So what else could be?
Maybe also cycle repetition.
Could be. Or yesterday we talked about doing this even più forte. This bar 85 for anyone looking at the score.
Also like this is like
Yeah.
lyric part.
We talked about this.
Yes.
Staying softer. So we've addressed a few places. Soft. What about, where are you going to show?
Okay.
Where are you going to show me your loudest dynamic? Where is going to be the most open?
Where is the cadence? Like here?
Yes, end of first section.
Also here.
Maybe the last,
Yes.
last cadence point before the at the end of the exposition. Yeah, good. Let's see if we can pull these a little further apart from each other within this maestoso character. Shall we do from the very beginning? This is a very important bar. Da 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 da. Cadence point coming. We need to hear that excitement in your flute voice. Okay. Good. What else? We've talked a few times about ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Mozart wrote this small note ya da 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 5-1 5-1 5-1 going on. Okay, when he wants the G to be important, he added the trill. One more time, beginning. Sorry, I just want to make clear the preparation of the air, breathing early, is not the same as... How would you feel in a... Oh God, I hope you didn't take a photograph of that. How do you feel watching someone on stage playing? You've gone to a concert of Mozart G major concerto, and for 2 bars the soloist and then breathe late. How long do you need to take your flute? How long do you... No, seriously, it's a serious question, because it's... I mean, we will talk about it tomorrow night with Janka, I'm sure. One of the reflexes with adrenaline, when we're a little excited, a little nervous, one of the reactions can be freeze. You know, the rabbit in the headlights. Oh my God, there's a car coming. Well, run away then. But I can't, I've got adrenaline. Okay, so we need to think about the movement. I have it very strongly with my eyes. Sometimes when I'm really nervous, I can't move my eyes to the next bar to anticipate, you know, so I have to send a message, okay, you can move your eyes to the next, it's okay, the notes will still be there. And I think a little bit, this gives the feeling to the audience to, I mean, tell me if you disagree, but oh my God, he's really terrified. So think about how long would it take for you to get your flute and feel comfortable and breathe? 1 bar? Or 2 bars?
1.
1 bar, okay. So we're starting here. So maybe somewhere in this bar you can take your flute calmly to be ready and breathe in lots of time. Let's see how that feels for us. Don't care for you for a minute, but let's see what the difference it is for us if you do that. Yeah? One more time, please. Okay? How does it feel? Someone in control, no? Is it okay? Can I play now? Can I play now? Can I breathe now? Little difference. How did it feel for you? The same, huh? The same?
Yes.
Or?
Same.
Same. Good. So if it's better for them and it's the same for you, do it. Better sound, more in control, breathing better. I think you're almost the feeling that your center of gravity is lower now, that you're standing better.
Yes.
Good. Now, we talked yesterday, I think, about trills and about, in classical trills, we almost always have to add this spice to the chord. I would suggest in a long cadence point like the one we just did, yom, bam, ba-di-dom, almost an 8th note, that long, because you're adding the spice to it. You play it, and you play it on the beat, but you get it over and done with as quickly as possible. I would love to hear more excitement, da-da-da-da-da-da. I think it comes from the repeated note. Ya, ba, 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 go to here, go to here. Da, 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 da. Can you just play me without the second note of each group? Go, da, da, da. Do you do double tonguing?
Yes.
Please don't. Try single. Better. Better, no? You hear the difference? I'm not saying you have to do single tonguing, but what happens with double tonguing in this tempo, dagadam, dagadam, dagada, it's kind of a little easier, right? So if you can comfortably do single tonguing, I would suggest most of the time doing single. If you're going to use double, make sure it's very alive and active. So let's do a couple of times this bar, and let's see if we can guess which you're doing. Don't look, close your eyes because you can see probably here.
That's first, okay.
Don't tell us,
okay.
We have to try and guess.
Okay.
Okay, was that single or double, do we think?
Yes.
Single?
Yes.
Can it be crispier? I hear da 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 da, very English. Da 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 da. Yeah, da da da. Mozart was not English. Good. One more. One bar before. So what direction is this bar? Is diminuendo or crescendo? 50-50 chance.
No. It's diminuendo.
I think a diminuendo. Of course, you can do what you like, but at the moment I don't hear what shape you're playing. So it's going down on the instrument, and then the next bar is for sure crescendo. So let's go with the diminuendo feeling. But remember, when you take away something from the dynamic, what do we have to do? Add something. Sparkle. Well, one more time. Same. I really think it needs to be clearer. Especially the second half of the bar, because they are next door notes. It's very easy for this to sound. Yeah, good.
Okay, also this bar playing single toning.
Why not?
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind, but it needs to sound alive.
Okay.
So just to be very clear, Quant says the opposite, right? Quant says notes close together, or the same note, wah, 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 wah. It's why Mozart writes, he writes this with the dot, because normally, if the dots were not there, it would be quite quasi-legato. So the fact that Mozart in this place adds dots means I'm breaking the rules a little bit. Please do different than we normally do. The thing is that, who's played a traverso? It's a very different experience, isn't it? The articulation, everything is so light. And if you articulate like we do on the modern flute, the flute falls apart. It's so, you can be very subtle, and they use so many more nuances with articulation than we do. We talk about t and k, or d and g, and that's about it. And on traverso you have a whole world of riddle, and that's because it responds more like a recorder, actually, where the articulation is so much easier and lighter. With such a modern instrument, I don't think it works in the same way. So even though we're playing a diminuendo down that scale, I still think something about it needs to sound exciting. Shall I leave you to think about that? You understand?
Yes,
the way
okay.
to work. Good. What did we talk about yesterday about the second bar? Do you remember the chord underneath the C? Do you remember what the chord is?
Dominant.
Sorry?
Dominant.
Dominant, yeah. So it's a D7, and you are the seventh. So this means that this is something about a horizontal note. I hear it kind of quite vertical. Dee-dum-dum, dee-dum-dum. I think this is quite it's important. It's not a collapse, and it's certainly, it's part of the chord, but a very important spicy part of the chord. So we need to hear it, dee-dum-dum, but not too much accent. Two times. That's another place where I would like to be crispier. The last beat of 38. So I'm missing the activity. Marriage of Figaro, first aria, when he's talking about measuring the marriage bed. So much text, so it needs to be very, very clear. And this is part of the aria where there's a lot of text. Yeah. And this is it's a resonant space, but it's not a big hall. If you are playing an audition in a big hall, you need to be even more conscious of this, that we can understand. I don't know where the audition is on Saturday, how big the space is.
Much bigger.
Much bigger, yeah. So you've been warned. Good. What? We talked about having this sort of steps. Maybe do an echo or più forte. It doesn't matter that we understand the first time, second time, third time. That we understand that. Should we do one last time, beginning until second subject? Did you hear it? 16th note, I didn't understand. Last time.
It's like habit.
Yeah. That's my job here, is to be a little bit of a mirror to show you bad habits.
Okay.
Sorry. That's what he pays me for. Last time. Good.
I was playing with single toning.
Okay. I'm not saying that it has to be single. If you do double, it just has to be more active. At 120, 126, for most of us, double tonguing is kind of quite... we can be lazy, let's put it like that. So it's very easy to get in the habit of being a little lazy with the articulation. So I'm not saying you have to do single. And if you hate doing single at this speed, then for God's sake, don't do it. Don't do it because I said it. But do it because you want to make the articulation brilliant. So if you want to do double, fine, but make it more brilliant, more active. It was in the first phrase was perfect. Did you do that single or
single?
Okay.
So
It might be worth just in your daily scales practicing this kind of tempo and seeing how many different speeds, different ways you can articulate in single and double at this kind of speed. Good. Why did I stop then? Because you started beautifully, dum dum, da. Then this note becomes very, very active and lively. Dum dum da. But there's nothing interesting and special about that note, is there? Is there? Can we do this the tutti too before second subject? So what is the chord underneath this, the G, the first note of 64?
Yeah, I think it's E minor.
It's what?
E minor.
Could you play as the first chord of 64? G against it. Could you play your G? So we have in the bass. This is an important note. You're the only one playing a G. So you have to play it long. It's important note. Can we do one more time, just this chord? A major, 64. You see how important that it changes the whole color of that chord. So we need to understand it. Of course you have to breathe, but look, there is time. There is time. The orchestra doesn't do anything after. So please play the note, then breathe quickly and go on. But you have to play the note. Yum bum 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 bum. Wonderful diminuendo, and all the work that you did preparing this moment, you threw away because there's nothing exciting about this F sharp. There's no change of chord. Oh, where are we? It's there already. There's nothing new happening. The octave. It will anyway be clear because there's an octave difference in the sound. So stay in the same atmosphere that you arrive at after the bar diminuendo. Let's do that one more time, shall we? Same place. Remember, yesterday we talked about going up the hill for one bar, down the hill. And then this is the beginning of the second journey. So not too automatic. Between the first and second eighth note of bar 62. Of course not time, I'm exaggerating, but it's a second attempt to climb this mountain, okay? You have to regroup, you have to repack your rucksack, you have to get new water and supplies. Look at me like, what are you talking about? Same place, please. That's what we're going to. You go da 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 da. Can we do the opposite? The flute will do the work for this crescendo here. Da 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 da. Everyone can play top F sharp in the third octave with a nice full open sound. You do, it sounds wonderful. Where in an audition, the ones that take the phrase to the climax, the seventh chord in the next bar, this means a bit more work thinking about the crescendo coming down the scale. This is not automatic. This is automatic. Active. Last time. Just my taste in this space is a little short. If we think about it as being like a violin, just gently at the tip of the bow, but really a horizontal gesture still. But maybe just my taste, but let's go on for the moment. place for an echo. Sequence,
Mhm.
going downwards, that would be a very, very obvious place to play an echo. And then you're at the softest place. Can you just play me on your own from 127? Yum bum 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 bum. Can you play 127? Ding doi 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 doi. One more time. Yeah. What did we talk about yesterday? We did the skeleton shape. Bim bum bum bum. We've heard two notes. We think probably this is E minor. Yes, it's E minor. Yes, it's E minor.
Yes.
Okay, we don't. And I just said the long on the lowest note because it's a quarter note.
Mm-hmm.
Not loud. It doesn't have to be loud, but it has to be full length.
Mm-hmm.
One more time. So what shape is that? If I gave you a diminuendo or a crescendo sign, which is it?
Diminuendo, no?
Yeah. I don't hear diminuendo. Good. So maybe the beginning can be more active. Yum bum. The upbeat, the function of a musical upbeat is to prepare us for the downbeat. So active music, active upbeat. Okay, so I hear a lot of activity in the beginning of the second bar. And then we kind of lose steam at the end of the bar. But this is where we're going. Be excited about going to the next harmony. Whee! I need to hear something of that in the sound. Oh, so since we're talking about this, I would suggest in this case, this is another exception, I think. Oh God. D major, the horns come in, that has to be the high point. So 5 notes on this trill. Listen. Yeah, 5 notes from the note. Why is it against the rule in this case? I think because it's important we understand oh God. Yeah, let's do one more time. Okay, I've given you my wrong note disease. I'm sorry. Let's do a simple version, just to get the structure clear. This is the skeleton. Is that what I play?
Okay. Okay.
Panic. Okay, so now the panic is over. Why are we doing this? To show the shape of the skeleton before we add all the other notes. So when you're exaggerating, playing slower or simplifying, please exaggerate the phrasing. I don't hear direction or coming away. Can we try one more?
Like this or?
Yes. So where do we understand it's E minor? By the third note you've played, the first three notes can be E minor. For me, E minor is dark red, but that doesn't matter. Jim, bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. I'm exaggerating much too much. Please exaggerate much too much. I will tell you if it's too much. I don't hear a crescendo. What I mean is one bar diminuendo, one bar crescendo. Okay, I'm exaggerating too much. I want you to exaggerate. Great. Yeah, good. The second bar I believe now, but you're still not really taking us there. Take us to the next harmony. You're not playing a crescendo because I said crescendo. You're playing crescendo to take us to the new key. Good. So keeping this shape strong, let's now play everything and with the piano from dum dum da ga da ga da ga da ga da ga. No, sorry. Halfway through bar 125. Yes. Okay. So now we know where we're starting. Don't breathe in the 8th note rest. One way to do it, but I need to hear generally in your playing much clearer direction. Where you're taking us to, why you're taking us, what are you going to say when you're there? So I find a useful way, firstly, please practice from the piano part. Then you have the harmonic analysis in front of you, and then your part can be more as a whole with the piano. I would also practice it at a kind of uncomfortable tempo, like 100 or 104 or something. Then you have to be very, very exaggerated where you play crescendo, where you play diminuendo, where is the high point of this phrase, where is not so important. Yeah? Any questions?
Just maybe to play single toning, because I think also for my feeling it's more clean.
Yeah.
The articulation. So
But just to be clear, it's not single or double.
Okay.
Single good, double bad. No.
Okay.
If only life was so simple.
Okay.
But we do need to hear this the clarity. So whatever you need to do with your tongue, your mouth, the way you play the flute, use the air. You're using the air much better now. I don't know why. I think because you're more grounded. So it's a very important thing. Probably with Janka, we will talk tomorrow about mental preparation before going on stage. Some people like this stare kind of reaction. Maybe it's important before you go on stage to move. So I think for you, it's important to find a kind of a kind of a rest, you know, a stillness, because you're very active. It's great, but you need to know how to use that, because
how
at the moment,
control power.
Yeah, exactly. At the moment, it's a little chaotic physically, and because what we do is so physical with the breath and everything. I think that's for your preparation for before Saturday, for example. That, you know, just think, okay, how can I find the calmness in my body? Maybe if you find the calmness in your body, you find it in your mind as well. But I think that's an important thing for you to do, because now you're standing much more calm, you're breathing much more calm, and then intonation problems are solved.
Okay.
Everything is functioning much better. Yeah? Good, I think we have to stop. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.